Dogs are loyal companions whose unconditional love deserve to be celebrated every day.
Every single day, right? So as National Dog Month comes to a close, the puppy expert, Stephanie Bennett, owner of Believe in Dog Training, is here with some fun ideas to spend meaningful time with our pups. You brought your adorable fur baby, Cash there. He's so
yeah. He's like, what'd you say my name?
That's you.
And
Are you talking to me?
These are ideas. Some of them are totally free. Some of them cost a little bit of money, but it's essentially to pamper our pups, right?
Yeah, pamper them, but also, to celebrate them every day, because we don't need a, holiday or whatever to do that. But I think that mostly the biggest deal is that we get so busy in our lives that it just is about, really, for me, the best way to celebrate them is just to find some quality time and to do something that they think is awesome.
Okay.
Right? And that's how we can celebrate our dogs. Just do fun stuff with your dogs.
Yeah.
Make time to do it.
Yeah, those are good guidelines. And the thing about dogs is they are so loyal that it didn't matter, even if you weren't trying to make time for them, it's like they would be there ready to go.
That's right.
Why setting that time aside is so important. So going on a sniffari, is that right?
Yeah.
What is a sniffari?
Sniffari. It's otherwise known as a decompression walk. It's a technical term, but it is that, the nose, it's hard for us to even comprehend what it would be like to see the world through our nose. And so the nose is their most favorite thing. It is the most exhausting for their brain and their body. So what we do is we put a long line on a back connecting harness.
Okay.
And we, like a 15 or 20 foot, even 30 or 50, we find a green space and no structure allowed. We literally just go ahead, follow your nose.
Oh, wow.
Use your nose. And that is, they say that like a 15-minute decompression walk or sniffari is like a 30-minute regular walk because it's so exhausting for them.
Oh,
so much to sniff.
Yes, it's a big deal.
Does it have to be in a green space, or could it be just like a neighborhood?
It could be absolutely a neighborhood, just a kind of a loose walk like that. But I like to try to find places that there might be some novel dog smells, like they're checking their pee mail, and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool stuff to check. Keeps them busy.
Email.
I really love that.
Okay, taking a fun class.
Yes,
this is a fun idea.
Always, right? There's so many. Luckily, we have a lot of things in Houston for that. But there's no better way to build a bond than by doing some kind of a fun class. And that makes it be like, okay, every hour, once a week, once a week for an hour, we're going to go and do something fun together, build a bond and teach you some cool stuff. And because there's nothing better than having an effective way to communicate and doing some fun stuff. There's some class stuff going on, there.
Yeah, and that's where they can just interact and maybe find their little friends. I always find it so fun to watch the big dogs at the dog park because they play so rough and they're so fast. And then the little dogs at the dog park too, they find who they're comfortable with, and it's just so much fun. Right now, it's really hot, so the walking, the time is not always it's really available, right?
Right.
But you can make them something cold and cool, like a cool treat that they would enjoy.
Yes. And so we're trying to find all kinds of things that they can do inside or whatever. So we have doggy ice cream, like real doggy. It's called doggy ice cream, all kinds of different kinds. You put water in it, you blend it up. They love it. You can also make any kind of doggy, even the chicken broth ice cubes, things like that. And they love all of that. You can even soak like a rag in chicken broth and tie it in a knot, and they'll like chew on it. There's so many cool things to help keep them cool treats like that because it's so hot.
This little doggy on the screen.
And the ice cream, isn't that cute?
You mentioned the classes, which are so important also for socialization.
Yeah.
Teaching your dog a fun new trick.
Yes, indeed. Tricks are always fun, right? They're good party tricks. You want to do a trick? You want to show everybody? Can you do one for us? Let's see if we can say, okay, sit. He's like, wait, I don't know. I'm sleeping.
On the table?
Can we do this? Sit. Thanks.
Oh, there you go.
What about saying hi? Oh, thank you.
that's
You say hi. Oh, thank you so much. That was nice.
And I see you're using an incentive there, Steph.
Yes. Oh my God. It's a bark pouch. It's beef and liverwurst. It's like baby food, but it's for dogs. And it's the stinkiest thing in the world.
I'm just kidding.
And she loves it. They all love it so much. It's really great because it's just one lick, so you don't use very much food.
One little lick and enough to train your dog. Essentially that positive reinforcement when they're doing something.
That's right. That's right. So if I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something like I'm going to do in a minute, paint your nails or something that you might not love, I go, here, have a little bit of this, and then it makes it okay.
Well, speaking of painting the nails, your dog is a reflection of you, right? And you have a personality. They have a cute personality. You want to show that off. So you brought some crafts to actually paint Cash's nails.
Yes.
And yeah, so what are we
And these are Podicure polish Right, it's for the dogs for sure. Yes, and then so because fun stuff. We brought some orange and blue and things for like Astros and fire, whatever. So, but anyway, so it's just fun kind of stuff to do. Again, it's just quality time spent with your dogs.
Okay,
so,
but how do you get your dog to hold still though?
Well, here you go. That's what one of you is going to do this. You're going to hold this kind of up like that, and just a little tiny bit licking. Good. Okay. And so, if you can see, we've already done. He's got fuzzy feet. So, but can you see that he's already done his orange ones there?
Oh,
see that? We've already done that. Yeah.
Cute.
And then so now I'm just going to show you how we do it. So I shake them just like regular nail polish, and then as he's doing that, he's like, "Okay, I'm all right. I don't love it, but I can tolerate you doing this, Mama, because I like that stuff." And then I'm just going to paint the nail.
And look at that. He is just going to
He's
town
like, "Whatever."
on his beef and liverwurst treat, which smells delightful, by the way.
Of course it does.
Oh my gosh, I
there
feel
we
like
go.
I'm feeding like a baby cat.
Yes, there we go. So nice.
You did so
He's like,
good.
Wonderful.
How long does the nail color stay on?
I don't know. It stays on for a few days for sure. It comes off real easy, and it'll just come off. So it's nothing to worry about that it's going to be too permanent or anything like that.
Well, now that we have Cash where we want him, let's do the tail. We have a guest, right? We have a helper.
Yes.
Rentera, come on in.
Yay, Alyssa. Alyssa's my day school manager.
Awesome.
And she's also quite an artist.
Okay.
And so she does this for us. And so we've done Cash's tail before because it's just fun. And so we do this. She is really good at it to make a little artist stuff. And this is it's pet paint. It's actually, for pets, it's pet paint.
So it's pet safe.
Very.
Completely
temporary.
pet safe, completely temporary. It's not even kind of semi-permanent. You can wash it right out immediately.
Oh.
So no big deal. Because some of the things at the groomer, it's permanent. You can do all that. Permanent stuff's fun too. But this is very temporary.
Honestly, this
and you
guy
see,
is
he's
just,
like, whatever, I like it.
He's not worrying about the tail
Super
at all.
positive association there.
And I noticed that Alyssa, you're sort of separating out the tail. What's the method for applying this?
I'm highlighting.
You're highlighting.
Yeah, I mean, come on. She had a method. I'm like, I got to bring Alyssa because she's got a serious artistic method going on there. Cash has done this before, but I tell you, it is a crowd pleaser. People are always like, "Oh my God, look at that!" It's really good for your social life.
If I saw this tail, thank you. Yeah, if I saw this tail, I would stop this dog and immediately give pets. So thank you so much, Alyssa. We're going to take a quick break, right?
Yeah, that's true. And Stephanie, when we come back, you'll be sharing more fun ways to celebrate your dog and make them feel so loved.
Yes.
We'll be right
and we'll
back.
have a look at the finished product here.
The tail looks good.
Oh, wait till you see.
And you could do like the whole...
Well, we're back with the puppy expert, Stephanie Bennett, owner of Believe in Dog Training on this National Dog Month.
And little Cashman is so adorable. I love the tail. Before the break, Alyssa showed us how she used this non-toxic pet paint. And look how great this finished product is.
Wonderful.
A little orange,
so
a
pretty.
little yellow. Okay, so essentially, Stephanie, in case you're just joining us, our viewers at home, we are celebrating our dogs through National Dog Month. But every single day, there are little things that we can do to just sort of like step up our game.
Mm-hmm.
And we already did some things before the break, but now we're going to move on to some doggy art.
Doggy art, yes. But I want to say also, just very quickly, that when we're doing these things, what is the most important thing is that you have to make sure that you understand your dog as an individual, because not all dogs like the same things.
Yeah.
Right? So like you were talking about Gouda, who's not really loving a car ride, right? Some dogs love a car ride, some dogs don't. So you have to make sure whatever you're doing that your actual individual dog loves it. Yeah.
Great point.
So anyway, this is dog art. So fun. Talk about a hot weather activity. So I'm going to explain what this is here in a second. But as you can just see, it is a plastic baggie, and I've got some peanut butter and cream cheese smeared on it. There's paint inside. On top of it. The paint is inside, so he's not actually going to touch the paint. Okay.
Okay.
So here's how he makes his masterpiece.
And the paint is placed on top of what? A card in there?
There's a little canvas. Yeah, just like a tiny canvas. You could buy it like Michael's or whatever, right? It's a tiny canvas, and then we cut out a little mold so that it's actually the Houston Life logo.
Oh, how
is what it is. And so he is moving the paint around with his tongue. See? And so I just put blotches of paint on there. And so as he licks, he's actually painting. So he's doing a tongue artwork piece here.
His tongue is his paint.
That's so cute.
And so he's moving it around. the little stencil in there. I'm going to move it some here so he can make sure get all the parts of it.
You really scored with little Cash.
I
Man.
mean,
He is
really.
adorable.
And you know, some like we know every dog is different. So somebody thought that he was a little cuckoo for their family. So I was lucky to get him for mine. So okay, so I'll show you quickly what this looks
What
like
the finished
now.
product looks
This is
like.
so smart because you know he's going to clean up every last bit of that peanut butter and cream cheese.
And it keeps him occupied.
And the paint is in the baggie, so it's not going to spill everywhere. I mean, it's pretty genius.
Yes, and so that he's painting, but you know, because I like to do paw prints and stuff like that, which is fun, but it's a lot messier.
Well, and even worst case scenario, I mean, it is washable craft paint, right?
That's
So
right.
It's all going to be totally fine.
There we go.
So, okay, we're going to take that out.
Okay.
And then, if I take this off,
Waiting for the big reveal.
There we go. Cash still in there, getting his treats.
gosh, sorry.
No worries.
okay.
No worries. It's live TV.
They did it for me. They painted me.
There we go.
Oh,
There
it's
we
white.
go.
There we go.
Painted by Cash, his tongue. Himself.
We used some white paint, so that's what that is right there. But so yeah, so then you write their name on the back, like a little activity, and then you've got paint art from your dog that they made.
It's a super cute idea.
Isn't it cute?
You have so many good ideas, but there's also some helpful apps, right? That we can
Yes.
download that this is what they actually specialize in. So like the Sniff Spot app.
Yes, and so we have many, many dogs. Thanks. Oh, he's like, can I have that? Okay.
He's like on to the
You
next
okay with
street.
him having
Sure,
this?
sure, sure.
Okay.
We have many dogs who aren't, like we were talking about, individual dogs that don't actually love the dog park. Maybe it's too overwhelming for them, or people live in an apartment, they don't have a yard and things like that. So there's two apps that are pretty ingenious. One is called Sniff Spot.
Okay.
It's an app, and you put in your zip code, and people, it's actually spreading. People all over are renting out their green space so that you can go and use it. It's not expensive, and sometimes like $10 an hour or whatever. That's an example right there. So that your dog that maybe you don't have a big yard, or you want to do a play date, safer than a dog park sometimes, and then you rent that out and you can go. And then there's also Swimply, and that's when you can rent somebody's pool, but also many of them are dog friendly.
That
So they will
is so
justify,
smart.
they'll say they're dog friendly, and you can take if your dog likes to swim, right? Only if they like to swim.
Right.
But some of those green spots are amazing, giant things, you know, for our city dogs to be able to go and do that. It's really
And
fun.
it's true, if you live in the city, maybe you have a small yard or no yard. If you live in an apartment, this is a great option.
Yes.
Also, just simply
Big deal.
going to the forest or going to the beach, dogs love to be outside.
I mean, we have these city dogs, right? And so, but the beach, look at that. That's Mango at the beach. The beach is not that far, right?
No.
The beach is not that far. So taking them, I mean, when we go, we take dogs to the beach. We take them, we've got the Sam Houston State Forest. It's not that far. There's ranches all around that you can even go to. And so taking your city dogs to those kinds of places, it's like they are in heaven. They can't believe their eyes, you know? It's so much fun. And I think being able to do that every so often for our city dogs, it means everything to them.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's so good for them socially, right? To get out and realize, like, hey, mom or dad wants to spend time with me. You have some of these group excursions. It's always fun to find someone with a dog, another friend with a dog that you can
dates.
all go out. Yep, have play dates. You guys are catching up. The dogs are catching up. It's such a win-win situation for everyone.
It really is, and we can. There's, you know, we happen to live where it's actually not that far. We can do it. You know, you just have to kind of take the time to do it. But within 30 minutes or an hour, you can be at the beach or the ranch or whatever.
We love that.
Absolutely.
And if your dog likes car rides, you can take him on a car ride.
Yeah.
Not Buddha, but this
That's Cash.
dog.
That's
oh,
Cash.
there's Cash.
Cash
loves a
loves
car
the
ride.
car. Yes.
He's actually got a bone in his mouth.
He is living life. Stephanie Bennett and Cash, thank you so much for stopping by. These
Thank
are great
you.
ideas.
Thanks for having us.
As always, you can connect with Believe in Dog Training and Stephanie by finding our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're gonna